I'm a teacher. In my school, these days, the children just get pregnant anyhow. And so we invited some nurses, and then some of the parents said they want their children to have family planning. So can the youth who are not married do family planning, or it should be only married people?
Yes. Family planning is not for only married people. Family planning is for all, everyone.
Okay.
You realize that from the definition, I said family planning is for individuals
Okay.
and couples. That means individual and couples. So that means couples can come and do family planning the same way individually. Like you can be a student,
Okay.
a single lady, then you go in for family planning. It's not for only married women.
Okay.
And let me add that in as much as I'm not teaching our youth to be promiscuous or to, you understand, but it is a fact that we must face. Yes. So instead of getting pregnant, for our youth, it's right for us to abstain before marriage. You realize I've made some explanation. If you think you are young and, how do you call it, young and you are enjoying your life, then before you know it, one arm of your tube is gone. And you are left with only one. So if you had abstained, you would have still had your two arms to get into pregnancy. So in as much as the ultimate is for us to abstain, but for one, the but is a big but, capitalized, bolded, and highlighted.
Wow.
But for the fact that some might not be able to abstain, then, my dear sister, you should come in for family planning. Yes, it's our reproductive right. Yes, it's our reproductive right. And talking about the reproductive rights, let me also add that even for a married woman, you don't need your husband's consent. Let me repeat it. For even a married woman, you don't need your husband's consent before you can come in for family planning. Yes, my dear daddies, don't be angry. Yes, it is true. Ask anyway.
Wow.
Yes, I asked for my professors in the family planning unit. Yes, because it's a reproductive right of that woman. She owns her, it's her body. It's whatever will affect her, and the doctor detects that, oh, for this and this reason, she just went through a pregnancy. She can't have baby quickly. What if the husband say, no, I want to deliver. You know, I'm a chief. I will be a chief tomorrow. I'm a balola, so I have to have about 5 children. Then, your wife's pregnancy issue, maybe when she went through pregnancy, she had complications. So for one reason or the other, she can't go into pregnancy quickly. Or even some are not even fortunate and they can't even go to pregnancy at all. Yes. After first delivery, some people will bleed, what we call the postpartum hemorrhage. Will bleed, and they will bleed to the extent that in chada, like it doesn't stop. It's just flowing like you've opened a tap.
That one.
Yes. So if my host, it's like you've experienced that one. So it's flowing like you've opened a tap. Then if all other measures are done, and this bleeding will say it won't stop. Then to save the woman's life, the last medical aspect that is left is for us to go in and remove the uterus. Like worrying with but I just want you to appreciate it. That assume this is a uterus in the body, then we have to go in and remove it from it. So I was talking about the fact. So that means even after first pregnancy, somebody will ask me what causes that one too. You can't know. The woman getting pregnant at first age, she got pregnant. I'm excited, I'm pregnant. Oh. We didn't know at the 9th month this was going to happen. You can't tell. The reason why when you're pregnant, you need to go for checkup and other things. We won't go into that area. Next time when you take pregnancy. Yeah. So you understand? So my dears, that is the reason. It's a reproductive right. She has her own right. It's her body. So if it will kill her, then husband will have to say by force, by fire. No. Now, that is why it's a reproductive right. No.
When the husband finds out.
No. It's a reproductive right.
Okay.
It's her. So the earlier we understand that the woman's, we own our body, it's her right to say she wants to be pregnant. It's her right to say she's not yet ready to be pregnant, especially with the fact that maybe per medical advice,
Okay.
It's advised not to get pregnant. When talking about this ectopic, let me divert a little and just bring this part too. After getting ectopic, you realize that it's even advised that before you get pregnant again, a woman should wait at least 3 years.
Okay.
Yes, before you get pregnant again. A woman should wait 2-3 years before you get pregnant again. You might ask why.
Why?
Why? Because you just got pregnant. For one reason or the other. At the last time we met, I explained this, that our human body going for pregnancy is like a car going on a journey. So when a car goes on a journey, there will be wear and tear. So this car needs to be serviced, to see a mechanic to see it. So this woman body that has gone on a 9 months journey, non-stop. When drivers come to Accra 6 hours, then they stop. Women go through pregnancy 9 months continuous non-stop. So if this car, God willing, reaches destination and brings out the load of a nice baby boy and baby girl, so why wouldn't you want this car or this body to rest? So if you don't allow the body to rest and you quickly put in another one, I explained it the last time, another baby, just like a car, if it doesn't rest, then you think, hey, this is Easter. People are going to and through Accra. So you have to go again. See many people and don't rest the car. Maybe you didn't send your car to the mechanic to see if maybe on your way when you were coming, the tire had a puncture, the tire had this, there was this. Maybe you are short of petrol. You're supposed to put water somewhere. You're supposed to put engine oil somewhere, and don't do all these little bits. And you go, what do we all know happens? Then that is Almighty, the accidents. We'll not get accidents in Jesus' name. So the accidents in pregnancy or as going through pregnancy is the miscarriages we see. So if you don't let this body rest well and you go for another pregnancy, there is the likelihood that you will miscarry. Okay. So your case, you just got a miscarriage, especially the almighty miscarriage. The one that is in the uterus, that one to be miscarried. It can be in the womb. Okay. It won't stay in the arm. It's God means so it will come down to the womb for you. All right. Even that one will miscarry. But so let's say you miscarry in the one in the tube. Then within a short while you want to get pregnant again. It is not, you are not ready. So what of is the chances for such a person or such a woman to miscarry or even get a topic is high. Yeah. So those who normally, especially those who get a topic, it's advised they don't go in for pregnancy earlier. So this is where the reproductive right comes in. So per medical advice, then the woman is advised don't go in for pregnancy again. Then the husband will say, no. I'm a balola. I'm a chief, so I need to, my parents are on my neck. You have to give birth. You have to deliver. So then you follow this pressure and you go and carry this pregnancy. You think you are satisfying your husband. But what if this pregnancy doesn't stay? This man that you risked your life, you didn't follow this medical advice, and you didn't follow medical advice, and you risked your life to get pregnant for. If should in case you miscarry, and maybe you are not lucky, and maybe that was your last tube, and you lose the tube again, or ultimately, like I said, some people can even go to the extent of getting bleeding in pregnancy and losing their own womb, and you lose this womb. This same man, because he was bent on getting a child, will still look for a child. Yes. He will still have to remarry and get a child. So my sisters, that is why I said it is our reproductive right. Yes. Please, my brothers, you also have sisters, and you wouldn't wish this to happen to your sister. So if doctors advise that your wife should, for one or two reasons, wait, please allow them wait. So it is when some husbands do not let their wives wait or will not agree, then their wives will come behind their back, who will sneakily come. Then come for come to see with the providers, and we will give. Like I said, no law. That's like nobody will be arrested for giving your wife family planning behind. No. It's a reproductive right. She can come. Then the men will be like, Mama Lagbaja, it's been last baby is 2-3 years.
Baby is not coming.
Baby is not coming.
We don't know.
Now God, though, the Muslims even tell us, they know what they have done. Yes, my sister, they need to protect their lives. Yes, because some men don't understand or don't want to agree when it comes to these things. But it's our life, because what's the most painful thing? I started practicing medicine. Is losing a woman through pregnancy. Yes, it weakens me personally. Losing a woman through pregnancy, then I just assume. So if this woman hadn't gotten pregnant, she would have still been alive. So please, this topic is a very sensitive one. Please let's understand and let's accept things as they are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The show is still the RLM show, and we respond, love is sweet. Today we are still battering on the topic, family planning and childbearing. As we've been taught from our last show, that family planning is a way of spacing our childbearing. And it is very, very important for both married and unmarried to do the family planning. We have so many types. As my guest said, we have the hormonal types and then the non-hormonal types. I'm not a health personnel, so pardon me if I don't get the words right. But we have the female condom, we have the male condom, we have the Jadel.
I'm here to take that
IUD.
one. I took that last time.
So we are going to the next method again, so please follow us.
So that was the non-hormonal.
Yes.
About the condoms and the others. And we diverted a little. Those ones were important. So the hormonal ones are the ones that, when it gets to our body, we take it into our body, like something, we introduce some artificial something, then it will have infect into our body. So we have the injection.
Okay.
We have the orals, as in maybe the tablets. Then we have Jadel.
For the Jadel, I know that's one.
Yes, then the IUD. The IUD is not hormonal.
Yeah.
Sorry, but with the IUD, we have a hormonal one, not the IUS. So with that one, this long thing, no.
Like.
This is. Let me take the IUD before I go to the other one, since that one is not hormonal. This one in particular. This we have two types. Okay. So this is it. This small thing. This small thing is our IUD. Yes, almighty IUD. So this rod you see just comes, is in a pack. It comes with a pack. It is going to aid us. It's going to help us to facilitate or put this in the uterus. Okay. Yes. So, but the main thing that goes is this. With the strength we are seeing attached. I think the last time we met, I explained this much, but for the sake of those who were not, I'll just quickly take the IUD. So it will not be touched like I'm using my bare hands to touch. It's a sterile procedure. When I say sterile procedure, we wear sterile gloves, then we won't use our bare hands to touch it because we don't want to infect. It's going into the womb of our clients. And then, so this IUD, these are the packets. Like it comes like this. Okay. So it is placed. It is placed in our womb. Oh, forgive me because of I'll use it, but I wanted to insert it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is how. Okay. This is how it is placed. Okay. So some other technicals will go. You do a uterine sound to check. Uterine sound is inserting one of our instruments inside the. This is not it, but for purpose of there's some technicalities that go into it. Maybe I should just branch a little. So uterine sound we'll use it to enter the uterus to check the length of the uterus. Everybody, we have an average uterus, but in life, just as the fingers are not the same. Yes, some will be less than the norm, and some people might be more than the norm. So you measure the uterus with the uterine sound. This is not the uterine sound, my dear viewers. Then, when you get the value of the measurements of the uterus, so on the pack, you have these graduations on it. So you measure, like said, this technicality, you don't need that. You don't need all that. So let me go on. So when all these technicalities are done, then our almighty IUD will go into our it's inserted into the cervix, that is the neck of the womb, cervix like this. Then it is dropped. It is dropped into the uterus. So it goes and stand. Last time we met, I bought something, but today I don't have it here. Yeah. So let's just follow me. So that one, it was like slightly cut. Yeah. Assuming this is cut, you would have seen the IUD lying inside. Okay. So with this string, so don't forget, in the first illustration I was doing, I told us that assume my palm is the vagina. So, no, the vaginal floor. Good. Then this is the strings will be lying on the floor of the vagina. So after it is inserted, we push it we put the string to the posterior fornix. Somebody might say, now what is that one to doing there? Yes, this work is so that at the end of the day, or at the end of the period, that is when there's end of period, it is these strings that we will pull. Come back to the normal position. No. When at the end of the period, like want to remove it, it's done. Okay. Maybe the last time I told us that IUD is for 10 years. The maximum is a long acting contraceptive. So we pull at the string to remove it. No, it is not. The normal, this is a rubber, so it's hard. Unlike if it's a muzzle, which will be so it will come. So then it's the string that you pull, then our rod, our IUD will come out. So this is it. So what we see at the T side of the IUD, the copper. So we call it copper bearing IUD. And one we see are the vertical line and the horizontal lines are the coppers. So this one is only those who are allergic to copper. Okay. We have some people like copper earrings. Those who don't wear copper earrings, who say they react to copper. So far, they are the only ones who can't use this method. But if all things being equal, like I told us the last time we met, we take you through medical eligibility. So check medically, are you okay for this method? Not only this, like all the other methods. When you go through this medical eligibility, before we can now say you are fit or okay to have the method. So the copper bearing. So the work this one does, because I said it's also non-hormonal, the work it does is that it doesn't enter our system. It doesn't mix with our blood. The copper that we see at the tail end, at the longitudinal side and the vertical side and the horizontal side are what does the work. It kills the sperms. Okay. Yes. The copper, maybe through research, through science, they've realized that the sperm, family planning, we told us that family planning, at the end of the day, our main aim is what? To prevent pregnancy. So anything to prevent it. So one of the ways to prevent was the condom. How do we prevent it? So that the sperms do not go into the woman, so the condom. So how do we prevent it? So that so this work is for it to stand as a police. I told us the last in the part one. I stand as a guard, as a policeman, to prevent the sperm from entering or to kill it. It kills the sperms. That is the work it does. It doesn't enter our system. It doesn't mix with our blood. Unlike, so that's why these ones are the ones we call the non-hormonals. Okay. Non-hormones. That is, there's no hormone. Yes. Unlike the other ones, which have hormones. They use hormones to prepare it. Okay. So these ones go into our body, mixed with our blood. So these are the injections and the tablets, the jadel, then our jadel. So realize that they are hormonals. That means they have hormones in them. That they have different functions that they are playing. This is injected either on our arm or on the bottles. We have the 1 month one and the 3 months. At the moment, we have only the 3 months. That's the depot provera. That's available for service, for giving out to our clients. So it's given 3 months. In the first part, one I explained to us that this one to so if this means that if we take it in January, that means we're going to protect you for 3 months. That is January, February, and March. So we'll be giving dates. When we check the calendar, they'll be given a particular date. By this day, this medicine would have left your system. Just as when you are taking paracetamol or any other tablets, realize that doctor will say, for take 2 in the morning, then in the afternoon take 2, then in the evening take 2. Why? Why? Because by those who did the research and brought the medicine out, they have calculated or they have checked we call it half-life, yes, how that it can last. So by 8 hours, so if they are in paracetamol, you have to take it in morning, afternoon, evening. That means the 24 hours has been divided into 3. So by the close to 8 hours, the paracetamol has done its work and it has left your system. Okay. So for it to continue its work, like to continue the work, you ask it to go and do. That's in the headache. You have to take in another one. That is why you are asked to take 2 in the morning, take 2 in the afternoon. So by the time you take 2 in the afternoon again, and after 8 hours, it would have left your system. So you need to fill it up with another one. That's why we take 2 at night again before going to bed. So the same thing applies to all other medications. So this one, we say it's 3 months. Yeah, that's a 3 months life. So when you take it for January, that means in 3 months' time, you're giving dates, then you have to come and be re-injected. So my sisters or viewers, here is where some of our misconceptions come in. Some people will miss the dates. They took in January. We said, yes, my host, come March, or maybe come first week in April and come and take the injection. Then they will not come. One way or the other, busy, then before they know, they've forgotten. Then, the normal thing will go on, daddy and mommy. Then before they know it, bam, they're pregnant. They were like, Mama Lagwaja, you say you are doing injection. Don't mind these family planning people. It doesn't work. Oh. But by the time you delve into it and ask them further, you probe further, you realize that when we're injected, they give you the date. Then you calculate, Mama Lagwaja, you were supposed to come this date. It's not me, I forgot. And that is not this news. I was busy. They give excuses. But then why do you then say the medicine did not work? It did it. So it told you that they fixed it. There's a stipulated time for it to work. So if you go beyond it, you're not helping yourself. Not just this. Then the Jadel as well and the IUD. They all have their lifelines. So this one, the lifeline is 10 years. But in my first part, I told us, but that doesn't mean compulsorily by force. If it's not 10 years, we can't come. No. If you reset it today and you think you went home and you are not feeling comfortable for one way or the other, you can come and remove it the next day. So if that means, even if the next day you can come and remove, how much more, a month, a year, if you have a problem, or you want to, for one reason, you want to conceive, you can come and remove it. The same applies to the Jadel, which is 2 rods, as you can see. 2 rods. This one, it is inserted into the inner arm of our left arm. Our left arm, because most of us are active on our right. So it is fixed on the left. But for those who are lefties, who are active on their left, it is fixed on the right. So the inner arm here like this. So it is fixed under our skin. It doesn't go into the muscles. Under our skin, subcutaneously. So the rod will be inserted, and it also has a lifeline of 5 years. 5 years. And with the Jadel, we have another one which has a lifeline of 1 year. That one is 1 rod, yes. This one, the implano, that is implano. That one has a lifeline of 1 year. That one is 3 years. That is 1 rod. This one has 3 years lifeline and 3 years, and it's 1 rod. And this one is 2 years. So or maybe somebody has given it to the 3rd or 4th child. She thinks she's okay. She doesn't want pregnancy anymore. So she can come in for 10 years or the 5 years, so that after 5 years she inserts again. Or the 10 years, so after 10 years she inserts again. Then before you know it, 10 years before you know it, if you're 30, you're 40, you have reached menopause, then you are okay. You don't need family planning again, because this almighty ovulation which is happening to you menstruate, you are no more even menstruating. Yeah. So there will be no pregnancy. So that's about the lifeline. So I think the injections, the pills, I want us to appreciate it. So this one, what is it?
The period.
Okay. This one that we see with the yellow, and this one is white. This one is progesterone only.
Okay.
This one is progesterone, is a combined, and estrogen.
Okay.
So this one has two. That's estrogen and progesterone. And this one is only progesterone. Because of our time, I'll quickly take down so you can go into other. Listen, this one is progesterone only because it doesn't contain estrogen, and this is normally given to nursing mothers.
Okay.
Because why would we give them this one? Because this one has no estrogen. Okay. Because at that time they are lactating, that's they are breastfeeding their babies. So you don't need to give them estrogen, which is going to suppress lactation.
Okay.
That is why they are giving this. But any other person who is not lactating, who is not a nursing mother, can be given this combined. That's the progesterone and the estrogen. So that's this one. And the white ones are the progesterone only. That is the hormone that it contains is progesterone with progesterone. And this one, the hormone that it contains the progesterone and the estrogen. Yes. So that's about the hormones. And this one, to Almighty, you have to take it every day. Every day. If you miss one, then your wahala is knocking. So that is why we have these varied methods. So the one that you think you can, me, I'm the one who forgets, I can't, then this one is not good for you. Hey, me too, the injection, 30 months, I don't remember, I can't. Then you could go and do the 5 years, or in 10 years, or the 10 years. But I can, every morning, say same. And with this one, if it's say same, you have a fixed time. If it says same, you are taking it, should be say same. If it is 9 p.m., you are taking it 9 p.m. You should be consistent with the oral taking. So I think, in a nutshell, that's all about.
You said, but someone just asked this question. They said, beside the male condom, men must also have their own family planning.
Yes. So the third part of the family planning is the what do we call it? The permanent family planning method. So the permanent family planning method, from the word permanent, that's when you do those methods, it is permanent, it's irreversible. So we have the long-acting reversible. They are the Jadels and the IUD or IUS. Don't forget the IUD. I don't have the hormonal. I said this one. We have the hormonal one. That one is inserted into the uterus. But since it's hormonal, instead of it having a copper like this, that one it has hormones like the Jadel. Where's my hand? So it will be something like this. The hormones, like you see in the Jadel rods, will be fixed at the teeth, at the horizontal and vertical lines of the T. So I don't have that, but I just want us to appreciate the fact that we have an hormonal IUD too. But currently it's not in the system. At Confanochi currently at the farm planning units, we don't have it's scarce. It's there in the market. I heard it's even very costly. Yes, the last time I think somebody wanted it when they had 1,000 or so. But with the other method, this one it has been subsidized by the government. It doesn't come with any cost. So we're talking about, the question was, so these are long-term but reversible. So if I say 10 years, somebody can use this for 10 years, remove it, come and put another. So it has been, for 20 years, you've been protected by this. But it is reversible. But anytime you need a child, you just come. Thank you. But the permanent, irreversible ones are the vasectomy for men. So the vasectomy in men is what we go into. It comes from their vas difference. It's a technical that we take the male reproductive organ where the sperms comes from. Yes, where it comes, the sperms, that's back that harbors the sperm. Where it comes from to join the tube, the line, for the woman to have, for the men to ejaculate into the woman. That place is cut. So that when the men, even during sexual intercourse, the men will not release, then there will be no sperm, even though they will release, but there will be no sperm in the sperm. There will be no spermatozoa in the sperm that they have released. We appreciate this from the fact, how? Because why is it that we have something we call oligospermia? Oligospermia is those who have small sperms, like they produce small sperm, maybe their sperms are not, they cannot make babies. They release sperms, so by the time they are not getting their wives pregnant, they go and do lab tests and realize that there's the active ingredients that causes pregnancy to happen. They don't have it in their sperms. So that is in vasectomy, which is a permanent family planning method for men. So that tube is cut. In true and minor surgery, then the men, and the misconception about this one is that the men will say that, oh, when they do the vasectomy, they can't
give birth again.
They can't give birth. It's not true. I know, it's not that they can't give birth. They said they will not erect.
Hey.
It's not true. It's just a misconception. So for this reason, hey, our men are running away. It's scaring our men. Just as when this COVID-19 vaccine came. No, there was this misconception that if the men take it, so erect, yes, or they can't be potent. No, it's not true. But so that is it. So there is family planning for men too. So in research, medical research shows us that people are still on it, trying. The way the God positioned, or maybe God, is it positioned, the male reproductive system is hard for them to get, like, they have so many methods for we the women. Though they studied, it doesn't just take one day work. So some people somebody sat down, they studied the human reproductive system to say that, okay, this is how pregnancy occurs. This ovary is released and it comes down and then it meets the sperm. So what if they don't meet? But if they meet is when pregnancy occurs. Yes. So what if they don't meet? So that is how they went to do their research. Then they brought all these things. So with this our hormonal method, because of our time, I didn't go into detail. I'm going to ask, so what work is it going to do? Yes. Since this one is also going to the blood, it's going to take in the mucus, the cervical endometrial lining, so that there cannot be any, this thing cannot come down to establish or form itself in the uterus. Okay. So the hormones, because of our time, the hormones are also going to do so many things to prevent pregnancy. You know, our aim is that we don't want by hook or crook, we want to prevent pregnancy. So those who did this research did things so as to prevent pregnancy. Just as the condom is released and the sperm is released into the condom, so it doesn't even get into the woman. So these are the ways that they structured it so that they don't cause pregnancy. And the other feminine method for women is the BTL. Okay. That's the bilateral tuber litigation. That's the bilateral. I talked to you about the arms. That's the fallopian tubes, where the sperm or the egg will pass for the sperm to meet itself and get fertilized. So this tube will also be cut. Bilateral. That means both bilateral. It's not unilateral. Bilateral. That means both tubes. Bilateral tuber. Tube litigation cut. These tubes will be cut. So when the egg is released, you can maybe it reaches where my bangle says, then the sperm tube comes, but it can't meet because there has been a break. Yes, there has been a barrier, so it can't meet. Okay. So it can't meet. So this is the permanent method which is done.
And side effects.
Family, yes, a very big yes. To the hormonal ones. Okay. Yes, realize that the hormonal ones are the ones that is going to the system, that is having contact with our blood. Okay. So these ones have effects. But for the condom, the hormone now, what effects will this have? No. Maybe the only effects, I don't want to say, oh, how can you eat toffee with rubber? I don't think this one is side effects. And almighty condom too, let me also stress on this, the fact that it is the only family planning method that has dual protection. I said it in our part one. Dual protection in the sense that it gives us, in as much as it's preventing us from getting pregnant, it's also preventing us from contracting sexually transmitted diseases or infections. The syphilis, the gonorrhea, the chlamydia, almighty white, candidiasis, those kind of things. So it is doing all that for us. So this is the only family planning method that is protecting us from that. So other than that, if you think you are on this and you are preventing pregnancy and you don't trust your partner, please, it also serves as backup. Okay. So even though you have this on, this one can also serve as backup to prevent you from in as much as this is there to prevent you from getting pregnant. This is preventing you from contracting infections. Okay. Because don't forget, all the others are preventing you from getting pregnant. We didn't say family planning is preventing. No. We say only preventing pregnancy to space our children's birth. Yes, so this is the only one that has dual protection, and it's also serve as backup. So it can be on IUD. It's only preventing us from getting pregnant. But don't forget, the sperm is released inside. In this, the sperm, if you're on this, the sperm is released. So it's only this one that the sperm gets released into the corner, which doesn't go in direct contact with the woman or the female condom. So that
someone just asked an interesting question. That after family planning, you know, when a woman go and do this family planning, who enjoys sex most in marriage after the family planning?
If it is done, who enjoys sex most?
Yes.
Both parties.
Because they say that some women, when they do this family planning, they lose their libido. Like, their libido decreases. And for the men, since there is no childbearing, they will always be enjoying it. How true is it?
It's somehow for the libido, like I said, with the one that is going into our hormones. So all things being equal, we won't get our body as compared to someone who is not having anything in the system.
Yes.
So you know, when it comes to medicine, I won't forget this statement that all medicines are potential poisons. In as much as that's the reason why if you are not taking a medicine for a particular reason, when you are just there, don't just take medicine for no reason. No. If it is actually going to, like I have a headache, if it's actually going to cause an effect, so you can take medicine. If you have malaria, it's going to cause an effect, then you can take it. But for no reason, if you don't need medicine, don't take medicine. So realize that medicines, in as much as it's good for us, all medicines have side effects. For that one, no two ways about it. They all have side effects. So if you are going to the side effects, we won't close. So headache, everybody with what they will prevent. Sister A will come with headache. Sister B will come with irregular menstruation. Then, so when during the counseling, I mentioned the counseling the last time too. Counseling is when you come, then you are taking through all this method like I've done with us. Then when you are taking through the medical eligibility criteria, then you are made to make an informed choice. I like the word informed. You are not just made to make a choice. You're informed because you've been informed about all the methods very well. Then you will choose a particular method that you think you can be able to adapt to. If it is the orals that you'll be able to adapt, or the injections, then you go according to. So
the show has been very interesting. In fact, you know that I didn't talk much because I want us to really, really learn. I want you to summarize everything. In summary.
That family planning is good because whether we like it or yes, our cycle is there to run. Like to be doing its work. We didn't ask it to do. So you are just there, but like you are sitting down, I can be ovulating, my sister can be ovulating, yes. So it's there doing its work. As we are also going about our duties, it's also there doing its own thing. So whether we like it or not, since this thing is there, and naturally just as God programmed it, there's the ovum, the egg will release every 2 weeks. I explained this one to the last time that when you call a cycle, the 20 is like 4 weeks, which is 28 days. When you ovulate or menstruate in the first day, by 14 days you should be ovulating. So that is the calendar method. So when you check your calendar, you see that we ovulated, and if you don't know at the time you ovulate, at the time that we are very fertile. The ovulation period is a fertile period. So for those, this means that for those who want pregnancy, that is the time you should engage in sex. And for those who don't want pregnancy, that is the time you should know. If you don't want pregnancy, that is the time you should abstain from sex or desist from it. You don't even go near it. So this cycle is normal. It will go like it's a cycle. So it will go. So this is where family planning comes in. Since this thing will go on, whether we like it or not, and there's nothing we can do about it. What we can do is by helping ourselves. If we don't like the artificial ones, the contraceptive, at times people for their religion will tell you, the Roman Catholics, I'm this, I'm that, I can't, our religion does not permit us to. Then like I said, one way or the other, when they're using the calendar, whatever, even the withdrawal, the coitus interruptus, you are doing family planning. By consciously knowing that, I'm ovulating, I don't want pregnancy, so hey, boss, no sex. I'm not ovulating. A lady even told me that when she put on red lipstick, then that is the signal between herself and her
And the
husband.
husband,
If she
wow.
puts on red lipstick, then the husband will know that danger.
Oh,
So,
wow.
my dear viewers, so family planning in a nutshell is good. So when you go, your body system will check your body system. They will know the right one for you to use. So in as much as I will encourage us to, as for our young ones, or married, our single ladies, to abstain. But if we can't abstain, please, it is there. Family planning, we are adolescent friendly to everyone, any adolescent. Just walking, coming for a particular method, and you are good to go. This is better, way, way, way better than you getting pregnant and aborting, or you getting pregnant and the other mishaps I talked about. All these things happened, and before you know it,
Wow.
you've lost something you shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
And like I said, if there are other transplants for kidney transplants and other donor and other organs can be donated, uterus cannot be donated. It can't be somebody's own, your mother own. Oh, my sister, I love you so much. I mean, I finished delivering, so take my uterus. No.
Yeah.
Since it's not done or cannot be done, I think I urge us to protect ourselves, see a doctor, and forget this. My another point I want to summarizing is, let's please, the misconception about it is too much. Let's go, and that is why I took the trouble to bring someone. So you appreciate the fact, oh, so this how you declare the way somebody would as if it is, oh no, no, this. So I want us to appreciate these things. That's why I went to the trouble to bring this things for us to see. So that if you hear anything, please let's see a right person, as in a resource person, the health providers, professionals who have actually gone to training and they know about these things, but not just sit at home and these home doctors. They're just saying anything that they see and anything. Like I told you, some of them will miss like I told you about the end period. If it's 3 months injection, the time is up for us to go and do, she won't do. Even this IUD, there's this big one. They say, then she got pregnant, and when the baby was coming to the world, she was holding the IUD. So by the time we do, what of if this person who was on IUD, there was end of period for it to like 10 years.
Yeah.
That 3 times for it to complete. What if she didn't come for the IUD to be removed? Per how it was programmed, they said you should protect the person 10 years. So if 10 years has passed and she didn't come, please, is there any protection again? No. There's no protection. So if you don't come and there are days and they tell you, then they'll be doing it and they will not tell you the right thing for you to also follow. Then before you know it, so many wahales that wouldn't want to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our guests. We are very, very grateful and we appreciate your time and effort. A big thank you to Addie's Kitchen. Addie's Kitchen. For your wonderful cakes and pastries, please contact Addie's Kitchen. You can call them on 0242 322 754. Noah Enterprise, for all your quality phone accessories, call them on 0262 615 For your quality drinks and bottled waters, please contact Lisbon Ventures. Lisbon Ventures 0242 322 140. 0242322140. Solomon at 4 Enterprise will give you all your sewing accessories and mobile money. 0244 520 266. 0244 520 266. For my beautiful outfit is from Olastania Collection, located at a Putsoja off the Word Road. 0550680964. Ali Criswell, except Jehovah. For your makeup and accessories, call them on 0249 306 733. We give God all the glory for taking us through today's program and making it a success. We pray that the Lord will continue to hold the show and let it move forward. God bless all our engineers, our technical men. God bless First Baptist Multimedia. And God bless you all, my viewers. See you. Okay.
If I don't add this, my viewers, before we go, I think when I was asked to summarize, I should add this. It's not part of family planning, but I think it's also part of our unit. part of the things we do at our unit at the family planning unit.
Okay.
So I should add this. There's cervical, I think 2 months, it was a cervical cancer
Cancer
awareness
awareness.
month,
Yes.
2 months ago. So we realized that on the media, the television stations and the radio stations, there was this creation of awareness. So I want to take this opportunity to also tell my viewers about this cervical cancer. If you say cancer, you all know what cancer is. And like I explained about the service, my service, so our service, so that is cancer that affects our service. The service is, our service is the neck of our womb. Yes. So when is this done? We do what we call a pap smear.
Yeah.
For every woman who is sexually active, if you reach the age of, it starts from age of 21. But if one way or the other, you are sexually active by 18 years, 19 before your 20th birthday, you can also come and do the test. So this test is done. This pap smear test is done so as to detect if you have the cells that might cause cancer at the cervix. We all know cervical cancer is deadly. Years back, there was no vaccine or there was no medicine to cure it. So once you get it, then
You are nearing
your grave. But now, thank God, we have Cervarix. That is the vaccine for the cervical, for our cervix. So when this test is done, then to detect if you have these cancerous cells. So when these cancerous cells are detected, then you will be advised accordingly. So, like what next you should do. So realize that in medicine, if things are detected early, it can be treated. Yes. But if things, by the time you detect it, it is at the terminal stages of cancer, then little or no help will be available at that time. So that is why it is advised that we are creating these awarenesses for us to be aware that there's something called cervical cancer. And somebody say, how do we get it? Through sexual intercourse. That's why I say when immediately you are sexually active, starting from age 21, you realize you are sexually active, like you've gotten married, or even if you are not married and you know you are, that's why it's not, we didn't say it's for married. Women who are sexually active, because once you are going in and out with a man, the man might introduce some things into you through the sperm that is injecting or ejaculating into you. Then through that you might get this cancerous cells. So when these cancerous cells are detected, then you'll be advised accordingly. But if it is done and you are negative, that meaning you don't have any cancerous cell, then you are given the vaccine.
To prevent it.
Yes. Just as this COVID vaccine is around now. They are giving the cervical cancer vaccine, which is the Cervarix. Then it's also taken in short, like you take it and some 2 months time, you take it again. I think about 2 or 3 doses, then you are done. So when you take this, then you are good to go. But after the first test, it doesn't mean when you do one day, that's so. I think it's advised that we do it 3 years. Every 3 years. You are advised to repeat it because if you did it today, it's just like HIV. When you do it today, it doesn't mean you are safe from HIV. Once you be having sex, you should do, if it's possible, like yearly, to check your HIV status. So with the cervical cancer too, I just wanted to add that for viewers to also appreciate the fact that this cervical cancer is real and is deadly. So we should also have an opportunity.
And she's a midwife from Anachi Teaching Hospital. For those of us who are outside the country, it is a government hospital, a very big hospital in the Ashanti region. I think the biggest in the Ashanti region. And so she's talking from experience. And it's based on what is really happening recently. That's why she just hinted on it for us again. So please, my ladies, my mothers, my women, please try and go and do the test to know your cervical cancer status, and then take the necessary action. Next week, God willing, see you same time. Meet us for another interesting topic. Ireland Show, love is sweet. Bye. Oh. Are we off?